I miss the camaraderie of this institution. I miss the gravity of it. And the grace that we used to give each other. I was not on the phone call that happened, obviously. I don't know the details of it. I've known Mark Mallory for a long time. He is the guy who tells really bad jokes. He's a dentist and a dad. And he just happens to be one of those people. So when I heard it, I assumed he was joking as well. But it really doesn't matter. That Mark didn't run for office. He is not someone that should be mentioned in these hallowed halls. I can't even imagine the level of anger that those who have mentioned him would feel if it was their wives that were mentioned on the floor of this body. I know how much your families mean to you. I could not imagine what your reaction would be if that happened. You would be rightfully outraged. We have an incredibly serious situation going on in this state. A complicated budget, people on unemployment, a pandemic, all kinds of grave things. 2 weeks ago, we were able to work together and pass bipartisanly an appropriations bill that I believe was a good step. Took in some ideas from the governor, took in some ideas from this side of the aisle, took some ideas from your side of the aisle and worked together. That was a great, I think, step moving forward. For 2 weeks now, that bill has languished in the House. No action. No calls to move the bill. No public push for that over in the House where it's languished. I've sat in hearings on the unemployment system where we've heard from constituents who have all these problems. At some point, the grace and the gravity of the situation, the grace and the gravity of this institution has got to be more important than whatever's going on. In the words of my good friend, the late Morris Hood, we have a break. I ask you to spend some time with your own families, to spend some time with your... I'm sorry, Ken. I have an enormous amount of respect for each of you. But I'm asking you to spend a little time and to find a little grace in your heart. And maybe we have to do that on our side as well. Maybe at some point we all have to sit down and work together. But at some point, it can't be like this. It's just not possible. This institution is too great. I believe that each and every one of you ran for office for the same reason I did, because you care about people, you care about this state. Let's not talk about boats and whatever else on the floor of the Senate any longer. Let's find a way to work together. And remember that we all have families. And we all have constituents. God bless you all. I'll pray for you this weekend, and I hope that next week